Hey, we're back. Look. We're at the pier again. And hopefully the train's not coming now. It's after work and I wanted to give you guys this time. I have a noise canceling mic, so that's good because it's windy. So we hope it works. It's new. And all right, so let's cross the train tracks. And today we're going to talk about this. Okay, so whether you are a Christian or not, all people are worth knowing this. Oh, I love his beautiful paintings. All people, it's worth knowing this, is that Jesus spoke these words that free us. They free us from the tyranny that happens in this world. This world, what do they call it? A matrix or the devil's playground or, whatever they're going to call it. I don't care what they call it. What are you experiencing it as? Like, I know that there's good and then there's Jesus said Satan fell like lightning from the sky, and he saw him fall, and he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And anyway, but we're not going to talk about all that. I mean, that might be off subject, but what we're talking about is when Jesus says, "Oh, it's Taco Tuesday." I'll just happen to say what day today is, but look at the waves. Wow. Saw a bunch of surfers this morning. There's just one out there now. Wow. All right, so when Jesus says, it's recorded in John, the book of John. Now, John's the mystic saint. He says, he records Jesus' words saying, "My peace I give unto you. My peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as this world gives, give I to you. So do not let your heart be troubled. Do not let it be afraid." Okay. So I meditated on that verse for an hour this morning, and I think an hour the day before yesterday. And it's not just trying to parse it out and analyze it, but it's understanding that this might be too windy up here. I really could turn my camera around, actually. All right, I'm going to go to the end of the pier because I want some exercise, but just don't mind. Oh, I could have brought my hat. My hair going all over. What does it matter? We're talking about this. Bye, lifeguard. All right, so what does it mean when in 2,000 years ago in the Middle East, right? It's like East, when they would greet each other, shalom aleichem, just like salam aleichem. That means peace to you, and it goes, aleichem is with you, and peace also back to you. I took two semesters of conversational Hebrew. Look at these pigeons. All right. So shalom. Now, how John has recorded is Jesus would speak Aramaic, which is very much like Hebrew, and Greek. And the New Testament was written mostly in Greek and some Aramaic. All right. Well, some people say it was written in Aramaic first and then translated to Greek. And so I have an Aramaic New Testament parallel in my house. That means it says Aramaic lines and then English underneath it. But still, someone had to translate it from the Aramaic. So, anyway, when Jesus says, "My peace, this peace that I carry, I give unto you," Not as the world gives, do I give unto you. So do not let your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. All right, I looked it up. There's only one other time in the whole Bible, in the whole New Testament at least, because the Old Testament's in Hebrew, that word afraid. It's talking about timid. Don't let your hearts be timid. Don't be. I loved it when I looked it up. It was so encouraging because it was like, don't be daunted. All right, people in this world will try to abuse you and misuse you. And I mean, we don't want to predict that to happen. We just say, like, when my mom teaches me this all the time. She says, like, people are always worshiping something. And this is just a universal truth that we are created in a way to worship. And so if we're not worshiping God, most people are worshiping themselves in some way. Like, what have you done for me lately? What can I get out of this? And so they assume everybody else is worshiping themselves as well. And it's so strange because it's not even yourself that you're worshiping. You're worshiping this idea of yourself, your egotism, which isn't even your real self. And so what's so amazing about this passage is that what's that out there? Is it just a wave that's curling early? You can't really see it. I can't zoom in. People just think I'm doing a FaceTime call or something. It's okay. Okay, so I'm hearing a song because the Holy Spirit always speaks to me in songs, but guess what song I'm hearing? I wish I almost walked in the bathroom so all the wind would be blocked. But it's this verse, actually, I learned it when I was a kid. It goes, peace give I to you, not as the world gives, give I to you. Peace give I to you. So, anyway, we'll get to that part, of course. And who knows if other songs will come up. But, what is this? In Greek, it's the word irene for peace. Like the word Irene. Like if your name is Irene, it means peace. And so it's like that word, but it's pronounced irene, as far as I remember. Anyway, but just sit with this, because I know that the meditations I did for the past 2 days are going to change the rest of my life. And so I know that they can change yours. And you're worth it. You're worth taking this time, because Jesus doesn't say any words haphazardly. He says them with intention, and he says them with meaning. And we're not making up this meaning. The fishing line's in the water. I don't know if you can see that in this pole. There's a boat out there. I don't know what kind. Oh, we'll look at the flag, okay. All right, now I have my keys and I can go back in the car. Maybe towards the end after we see this. I'll let you guys see more of the ocean. Then we can go in the car. But I really want to walk anyway. Not the painting of the ocean, the actual ocean. All right, and so this word, my peace I give unto you. One at a time. So one, it says leave, and then it says gift. And so it's like, I'm giving you something that you need. You need my peace. Now, in Hebrew, the same word, peace, is shalom. That's how people greet each other. Like when Jesus came back from the dead, he greeted them. He said, shalom, peace be unto you. right? But he's not just saying, hey, y'all, peace. He's not doing that, right? Peace and love. I do that, but I really mean it when I say it too. But Jesus was even more intentional, you know? And so peace, shalom, means wholeness, nothing missing, nothing broken. And so when he says, my wholeness I give unto you, not like the world gives you peace and they give you this temporary, oh, we'll sign this agreement and then for 50 years, you know, and then it breaks down after 10 or whatever. So it's not like the world offers this peace, this transactional, okay, you do this for me, I'll do this for you. Jesus is giving us this wholeness, this peace. And he actually, all right, and so if you're not a Christian and you are anti this, or I mean, check yourself, because I'm like, check yourself before you wreck yourself, because there could be something in you that really wants this love, and there could be something in you that is resistant to it. That's not even you. Like I was saying before, is people, either we worship God or we worship ourselves. And when you love, you're actually treating people the way that God treats people, because God is love. But you're not worshiping like, people better love me. That's different. Anyway, let's go back to this peace. This peace, this wholeness. I give you this. Peace give I to you, not as the world gives, give I to you. Peace give I to you. So just sit with that for a second. We can ask God, I pray their spiritual eyes be open, all of our spiritual eyes be open, our ears be open, our hearts be open. Help us understand what this shalom is, this peace is that you want to give us. Why would Jesus give us something unless it was meant for us, unless we were created for it, unless we were made for it, right? And so it says that in the word, give I to you. It's like, I looked it up in the Greek and it was talking about, this is a gift that's necessary for you, this peace, all right? And then listen to the second part of that verse. So it's John, what?
The National Weather Service has issued an advisory for a thunderstorm in the area. The pier is not closed, but could be within the next 15 to 20 minutes. Once again, an advisory has been issued for a thunderstorm in the area.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks, buddy.
Wow. Lifeguards. Anyway, so it says, do not let your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid, neither let it be daunted. Don't let your heart be timid. That's the second part. The first part of don't let your heart be troubled is this word, the Greek word tarasso, all right? And that means don't let anyone throw you out of equilibrium. Don't let anyone or anything throw you into this chaos and drama, these circular conversations that in Ephesians 6 it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood but against powers and principalities and wicked rulers in high places. All right, and so those principalities and powers will try to use people, anyone that has an opening that's not completely yielded to God. It's like the Matrix. And I heard Christy Jesse talking about this, so some of this, I loved how she described it, so I'm borrowing from some of her. But some of this I saw long before I watched her channel too. I have made a video with Lauryn Hill about the Matrix. Using a Lauryn Hill clip. It's not like Lauren and I were talking like this. I've been to a few of her shows, but anyway, about how in the movie The Matrix, the enemies, the bad guys, the agents would just jump into other people's bodies, and they would try to attack Neo and take him out and take him off his purpose and get him to go back to sleep, try to get him to go back to sleep and not be aware of his higher purpose. And so all of us are here and we're made for higher purposes. And we have gifts inside of us that the Creator put inside of us. Here's the fishy guy. Anyway, so I'll let you see the ocean. Aw, but there's kids, so I usually keep it off kids. Oh, there's a playground up here. All right, so let's understand this. And it's not just to get it here, it's to get it in your heart, to change these patterns so that the rest of your life can be changed. Like, I like this guy named Paul Aogi. And you know what Aogi means? I thought it was his last name for the longest time. I've been following him for years. It means apple of God's eye. There's a verse that says we are the apple of God's eye. All right, and so he says, back for another powerful and protective video. And all of these they're powerful in that there's a verse in Philippians 4 that says, St. Paul was writing it, he says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is praiseworthy, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good report, whatever is righteous, right? Whatever is just. He said, meditate on these things, think upon these things. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're fulfilling that. This is why this can change your life, because we're actually doing right now what we're instructed to do. All right, and so I think I'll go off the path as well, closer to the ocean, so that other people can just walk on that path and have their own conversations. It's a narrower path. We're going off that path, but still on a narrow path. Well, anyway, spiritually we are. All right, so he says, don't let your heart be troubled. And so I always was like rolling my eyes when people's like, protect your peace, protect your peace. But it actually says it in this verse. It's actually saying this. My peace, Jesus is saying, my peace I give to you. So in John 15, he says, I am the vine, you are the branches. Remain in me. And then later on in that same chapter, it says, remain in my love. All right. So stay in his love. Stay in this. Sometimes I describe it as our being self. God, speak through me. Let none of me be here. All of you. Say whatever you want to say, Lord. I pray. Give us your peace. See, I can't think that it's going to be in a video. We're not finding it in this video. It's coming through me, through this video. And it reminds me of what C.S. Lewis says. He says, if you go back to that song or that moment in time and you think that, you think that the song is going to bring you that, or that person or whatever, it's like, it's not that. It just came through that. I think that's in his book, The Weight of Glory. So, but Jesus is saying, my peace I give unto you. Now we can understand there's this peace that passes all of your understanding. That's Christ saying, watch, when I'm going to go into Jerusalem and I'm going to be crucified, he says, right? Well, I'm going to die. They're going to take my life. And and in 3 days I will rise again. And so that he rose again is conveying the truth that he was perfect. He got this thing called humanity. And Adam and Eve somehow, by taking of the fruit in the wrong way, brought us into these bodies, let's say, and into this life that's connected to a curse in some way. Now Jesus reversed the curse, because it says cursed is anyone who dies on a tree. All right, and so he did. And it says, by his wounds we are healed. He created, there was enmity between God and man. And Christ created a way to come back in real peace. Now, so when he says, peace I give unto you, he's giving us something far more than just like, hey, just chill out, right? It's like, you can be chill for all eternity because I give you my robe of righteousness. Like, if this is the royal robe and Christ inherits everything for mankind, we just need to accept. That's why they call it the blood of Christ, the peace that Christ offers us, the reconciliation between us and a perfect God, because God demands perfection and we can't be that. We aren't that. But nevertheless, we have access to it. And so I want to sit down for a second for this part. Not because I need to sit down. I feel like I could walk for forever. I want to take my shoes off, actually, because I like being in the sand. But there's someone on a walking board, whatever they're called. I forgot what they're called. All right, so if you remember that one video that I made, if you were here, where I had to save a fire pit for someone, I think it was right here. I forgot the name of the speech, but I don't say it anyway. Look at this. Okay, so not as the world give I to you. So someone could give you $1 million and you could just give it right back, or you could just throw it up in the air, or you could just not use it. You could dig a hole and put it in the ground and you're not using what they gave you. And so we're meant to have what Christ gave us to reconcile us to a perfect God, but also to use it on this earth. Like, okay, this is where I was going to go here. So when someone pretends like they're going to love you and then they don't know how to show up, or they don't choose to show up, or they bail, or they get triggered, all their own childhood stuff comes up. And so what happens, just FYI, this is a pro tip on the side because I'm a psychologist, my day job, is that I don't want to block the ocean, it's really beautiful views. Oftentimes people go try to find relationships and they provoke them to go back where they broke down in childhood. And so it's like if they had an abusive or non-present parent, or someone where they always felt like they were just an object to be used, like I better get good grades for my parent or make them feel important or whatever, then they go back and they are attracted to someone with that same amount of pain or same type of abandonment stuff, or they will abandon or they disconnect or whatever it is, and they try to make it happily ever after. But there's a different way to do this, and it's not manipulating anyway. This is why it's so awesome. This is why I was so motivated to make this, is that when you get back to knowing, wait, Jesus came to give me this wholeness, nothing missing, peace give I to you. And he says, do not let your heart be tossed about. That's the word tarasso, I said in Greek. It means don't let anyone take you out of this equanimity, this balance place, this place of knowing that you're made in the image and likeness of God, that you are the apple of God's eye, that that God himself left heaven to come here to die for you, to redeem you. And not just to redeem you to be like, oh, I'm saved, but it's he says, I'll give you the Holy Spirit, which raised Christ from the dead. That's going to be living in you. So what C.S. Lewis says is like, you're being made into little Christs. Once you surrender your life to God and you just say, hey, God, not what my will be done, your will be done. Then C.S. Lewis says it's like taking a little tiny tin soldier, a toy soldier, and making it into a real boy or a real girl. Or it's not like teaching a regular horse how to jump higher. It's like turning a regular horse into a flying horse. We come from heaven, and we have this memory that we were meant to be enveloped in love. This is why we keep looking for love in all the wrong places and all this other stuff. And so when Jesus is saying, I want to give you my peace, will you receive it? Will you accept it? Look how big that wave is. Oh. What's keeping you? Ask yourself, what's keeping you from receiving this love? There's a song that goes, take the old me, make me holy. Lord, don't just make me better, make me like you. Lord, make me new. Purify me, sanctify me, make me holy. That's a different song. Only you can look inside me, can purify me, still loves me deeply, more than I understand. Only you. It goes like, with the word you spoke the heavens into place, made the earth and gave something its name. Who am I to something with your grace? And who am I, O Lord, that you should know my name? But anyway, purify me, who loves me deeply, more than I understand. I mean, if we just make these prayers our songs, it's what Jesus is offering us. That's why it's coming. I'm just getting a knowing right now. That's why these songs are coming. Because it's like Jesus always wanting to express to you the peace that he wants to give to you. But he's a gentleman. He's not going to make you take it. But what was the song I was just getting? It goes like, Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Melt me, mold me, fill me, use me. Creator of the universe, come create yourself in me. And God is just real love. So you're just saying, true love, create yourself in me. Burn away like refiner's fire. Burn away, refiner's fire. My heart's one desire is to be holy, set apart for you, Lord. I choose to be holy, set apart for you, my master, ready to do your will. Look, there's a little plastic backpack. Someone left the child's toy. You've got your backpack. Oh, look, I think they put a shell or something in here. They did. Oh. Or there's a little toy in there. I'm going to set this on the stair in case someone wants to come back for it. I know how parents are. I don't want to litter, but I'm going to set it over here. And now, okay, so we have these songs. But okay, so when Jesus says, my peace I give unto you, so do not let your heart be troubled. That means don't let it be tossed about. If you have your security in knowing that you're made in the image and likeness of God, I'm trying to think of a respectful way to share. I had the most beautiful, poignant moment the other day, and it's like so touching that I don't even want to, like, you know, I don't want to lessen it by putting it in a video. So I'll just tell you, it was like someone with cerebral palsy that came in on a wheelchair was able to roller skate where I was. And she had to look down and do this a lot. But she got this roller skate dance that we were learning. And anyway, she's just like, we're like, are you okay? Do you need help? You know? And she's like, yes, I'm made in the image and likeness of God. You know, it took her a while to say that, but it was just so awesome. And I'm like, yes, you are, girl. You know? Melt me, mold me, fill me, use me. Creator of the universe, come create yourself in me. All right, so who are you? Who even are you? Are you, look, I get my nails done like this to show that we are this sparkly self, just an image of that, but we are something so much more profound. You have eternal purposes for being here. And so there's a reason why Jesus wanted to leave you a peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. All right, so there were two different things he was doing. He was leaving it with us and giving it to us. And it said the gift meant something like, I give you something because it's something you're meant to have. You were created to have this. Like, you're going to be left without something if you don't have this. So you're meant to have it. And you're meant to have it so deeply in you that no one can take it away. You know? So this is, I think of it as something you always were, or you are. But it's kind of like Adam and Eve somehow blocked us from it. And I have lots of ways to describe that, lots and lots and lots of ways, but some of them would just confuse people. And anyway, nevertheless, we can still say truly that Jesus wants to restore us to true peace. Aww. They're playing volleyball without a net. That's awesome. They have a line drawn in the sand. Okay, so what does it mean then when we say, do not let your heart be tossed about, right? Tarasso in Greek. It's like, you know, if, I want to sit down again for this part. If you think that your worth is connected to your bank account, then you're going to be going up and down because you can't manipulate that. You can't control it the whole rest of your life. You don't know what's going to happen on this earth. Anything could happen. And so if it's connected to a relationship and that person, you know, God forbid, like passes away from something, you know, they're not here anymore. You can't get your worth from that. Now, I think for sure Jesus, because he rose from the dead. I think it says keep off. Hold on. Keep off. Yeah. All right. I can sit over here on this thing. All right. So if it's tied to your bank account, it'll go like this. If it's tied to some person, you don't know how they're going to be around or how stable they're going to be. And it's like this. If it's tied to your own your own performance and how well you're doing in this life, how well some people could say you're doing great, but you're actually doing stuff that has evil purposes and you don't realize it. You know, like you were doing great running a sweatshop or something. I don't want to say these kinds of things because they might flag them, but anyway, I'm saying as an example, right? Then even if you were working hard at that, you know, that's not something you actually were doing good, and you find out you weren't because your company was part of that and you didn't know, you know. But this is why God can forgive us. God forgives us for, you know, it's just like if your kid stayed up late and you come in and it's 2 a.m. and you're like, you were supposed to go to bed at 10. What are you doing, you know? And they really mean it. And they're like, I'm so sorry. And then it's okay, well, you're gonna have to go to bed at 8 tomorrow and read a book until 10, like, because I want you to have a consequence so that you don't keep repeating this. But I totally accept your apology and you're forgiven. Like, I'm not gonna hold this against you. And so with Christ dying on the cross, he took our sins upon himself because something had to be paid for those. And so he is the one person, he's the God-man, fully God, fully man, that can say to us, my peace I give unto you, this peace that I know, that I lived. And look at how Jesus operated with people. He was never operating out of triggers or out of reaction. He didn't let his heart be tossed about. Now, I think it says when he was in the garden, that's a different verse. It says his heart, when it says do not be anxious. Maybe it's the same word. Maybe Tarasso can translate sometime as like, do not be anxious. Do not let your heart be anxious, neither let it be afraid. But it says he was anxious there in the garden, but then he walked it out. He worked through it. He didn't stay in anxiety. He didn't let even the crucifixion of God himself as the man take away his peace. All right. And so what is it that you have been attaching your peace to? Oh, I'll be happy when I watch the next video, when this person loves me, when my kids finally obey. You know, it can't be attached to anything except for when I accept this forgiveness. Now, you say this in your own words. I'm trying to say this mystically because it's hard to put in words. When I accept the love that God is offering to me and I say, yes, I choose to receive that. I choose to live in that. I choose to let it flow through me to other people. I choose to not be my own, but to be yours, be a vessel for the love of God to flow through me now that Christ has left heaven to reconcile me with a perfect God. Yes, I say yes. Oh, wow. It feels like it's going to be a rainstorm. We might be caught in it because I got a long way to walk that way. I got a long way to go, getting further away. That's one of my friend Elliot's songs, Elliot Smith. But we're not predicting negatively. He's talking about when you keep identifying with the wrong you, might have to walk backwards for this wind. When you keep identifying with, oh look, the sun might be setting soon behind those clouds. Okay, so let's say your job is a firefighter and you're really good at that as a woman or a man or whatever. And so when you keep saying, oh, you know, I saved this house, I didn't save this house, and you try to attach your worth to that, like that has nothing to do with your worth. That has to do with your performance at your job and your skill level, and increasing your skill level is okay. But when you keep going, oh, I was supposed to save those 3 houses and that we got the people out, thank God, but those 3 houses burned down and we didn't want those properties to burn or whatever. When that happens, and you start feeling so horrible about yourself, you're so much more than a firefighter. You're not that. As a baby, so cute. Okay, so I'm still going back to Elliot's song. I've got a long way to go. I'm getting further away. You only get further away when you keep going back to identify with, oh, shoot, I got lost in I am my bank account, or I am a good surfer today, even a good achievements. Like I am a bad surfer today. I'm a bad mom. I'm a good mom. You get caught up in this personality identity from this earth. When you do that, that's not who you are. And so I'm asking, who are you? And what does it mean then to receive this peace from Jesus? My peace I give unto you. Don't let your heart be tossed about. Don't let yourself get taken out of this equanimity. This peace that I've created for you. I've created for you this peace. It's like this bridge back to God. This, like the cross, it's like this horizontal connection, a vertical connection, so you can have horizontal love, so you can be aligned back with real love. I was listening to Latoya Okeia the other day, Okeia. She's so great. She went live. So if you're watching this, it was one of her most recent lives. I think it was on a Sunday, maybe a Monday. But I shared it on X, if you want to go there and look, pretty recently to now. And so she was saying, she's like, we don't grind as Christians, we align. You align with God. You don't have to like hustle and run and chase after all these things. Just get aligned. Get aligned. You're aligning with this peace. Here, I'll do my best to block it this way too. I look at these trees sometimes, like see the flag, how there's that song about our flag still standing, through the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. All right, that's like this whole, that's so crazy. Like if you look at, look, and there's an eagle on the top of it, because that's our we can't zoom in. That's our national bird, is this eagle, the bald eagle, right? Look at that. Okay, that's so funny because I had no idea that song was going to come up tonight, right? But and I'm not trying to teach people patriotism for any country. Of course, be super happy and proud that people have died, and appreciate that people have died to give us freedom in a certain country, wherever you are. That people have created this for us and worked hard to get it for us. You always ought to appreciate that. But spiritually, all right, if you think of this world and how everyone tries to put you down and say, oh, you don't have enough likes, you don't have enough followers, you don't have enough money in your bank, you don't have enough fancy cars, you don't have enough a perfect body, you don't have enough a perfect boyfriend or girlfriend or wife, or your denomination isn't as good as mine, even. People will be that, or I know this better than you don't know enough. Now, of course, someone can say I'm not skilled as them in tennis, and that's true, right? But it doesn't have anything to do with my worth. Like, if you think of, hold on, over there. If you think of Jesus like leaving heaven to come and redeem us, to offer us redemption, that doesn't have anything to do with my tennis skills or, you know, how bad I messed up in high school or anything like that. He's just like, I'll have you now. I love you. I love you. That's why I died for you. I died to forgive you, to bring you back, to show you that you were always worth love, to show you you ran after those things because you didn't feel love and you were trying to get it in your own way, right? I kept thinking of that today, is the word, one of the pastors that I know that I love so much, that's so sweet, he says, Jesus says that, the good shepherd, he leaves the 99 to go after the one. But it's like, oh, look at that wave. The lost, the least, the lonely, the left behind, he uses all these L words. I can't remember, like, the lost, the least. Anyway. So, okay, back to that song, because the flag's still up there. Oh, these people are walking faster than me today. I took my shoes off, so I didn't bring my tennis shoes to like run and stuff. Maybe they're like pros, walking pros. Anyway, so if you think of life, okay, I'm not going to turn it on me because the wind's all throwing everything, and look at those huge waves. So if you think of life like the rocket's red glare, right? Think of all of these people trying to talk to you with all these stupid things that aren't your identity, but they say that you have to run after these things. And they say you're not worth it if you don't have these things. But Jesus makes us worth. He gives us our worth. And he shows us our worth by coming down. And so, okay, so if we go back to, imagine that you are that soul being. And you're standing there still waving, still being rooted, you know, like a tree. But Jesus says, I am the vine, you are the branches. Remain in my love, remain in me, abide in me. Meno is the Greek word, remain. And so it's like, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air. All the narcissists and all the mean people trying to hook you back in and trigger you, right? Gave proof through the night that our soul was still standing there, and Jesus is kind of like that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled, it's like our soul self, banner yet wave. And you're standing dauntless. That's the second word, is like, do not let your heart, neither let it be afraid. That's the word, dauntless. Don't be coward. Don't be full of cowardice. The only other time it's used is 2 Timothy 1:7, when it says, for God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So he didn't give us a spirit of timidity, of dauntingness, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So, okay, I'm getting the go ahead to just go back to my car. So, what is the heart, you know? Ask yourself this, because the heart is like the center of your being. You are not your mind, and it's not your physical heart. It's like the core of your being. Oh, you know how they say, trust your heart. Well, over your head, but trust, you know. There's also these verses about, you know, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. All right, he's directing it now through this whole video. Aw, open for dine-in service. Do you see what that says? As soon as I saw that, right, I saw Jesus saying, behold, he says this in the book of Revelations, I stand at the door and I knock. Whoever would open to me, I will come in and eat with you. And so he's saying, I will dine with you. That means, in the Middle East and stuff, in the Eastern places, like I've been to Turkey before and places like that, in Greece, when they let you in, my friends were in this band, this other 80s band in Montreal. And when they went to Greece to visit one of the guys' moms or grandmothers, they just, it could be 3 a.m. and they show up off their plane or whatever, and she's like, come in, and there's like this whole feast, eat, you have to eat, and it's like that. It's not just, oh, let's have a quick bite to eat. That's so funny. That's almost the name of the pizza place right there, but I won't show it. It's like an Italian name, but it's Greek, but so dine and welcome says. All right, so I backed my car in so we could see the ocean still. All these notifications, I'm trying to just ignore them. Where's my car? Oh, it's up one. I usually park it down here. Okay. Whoa, do you hear the thunder? Maybe that's why I got the heads up. Get to the car. I was gonna walk a little bit more, but I can walk more tomorrow. I try to walk an hour a day somewhere, or roller skate. All right, that's a word for someone, right? Just start moving your body. It helps you detach from all these things. Okay, so look at these trees. What are they doing? Are they proving themselves? Or are they just staying rooted in being what they were meant to be? And so sometimes I'll just sit and stare at trees for a long time. And I love the wind blowing through them, because that's like the Holy Spirit. Whew. We made it. Let's see. All right. About 50 minutes of walking. Some I was sitting, but all right, I'm not measuring my worth by that. I just have a goal to keep walking or running. Sometimes I run. Anyway, so I guess if I would have not backed in, then this might have been in the background. Would it have been? I can't remember. Yeah, it would have been through the back of my car, though. I can sit like this, though. So, do not let your heart be troubled. Jesus said, my peace I give unto you. So do not let your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Don't let your heart grow to this cowardice place where other people can push you around because you don't know your real identity. It's not because you're holding on with white knuckles and you're like, don't push me around and trying to teach them how to treat you. No, start asking God to show you your real worth. And you'll be dauntless because you won't care what people think of you. You'll do what is best, what is good, what is noble. It will start changing your mindset. You'll have higher goals than just chasing after the things of this world. Now sometimes Latoya teaches this class where she has people, it's called beast mode for the kingdom of God, right? Where it's like you isolate for 30 days and you don't go on your computer, except to do work, but you don't scroll, you don't go on the TV, you're just fasting from all of this outside noise to quiet your inner space so that you can hear God better. There's that verse, be still and know that I am God. There's a song by a man called John Michael Talbot. I think he's a monk. And he's singing a psalm, but it says, "Come to the quiet." Oh, look, it's about to start raining. It is raining. Can you hear it? Maybe the noise cancellation took it out, but it says, I have stilled my soul like a child at rest on her daddy's knees. I have stilled my soul completely. My heart is not proud, nor are my eyes fixed on things beyond me in the quiet. Anyway, I won't sing all of his song because I want you to be able to look it up, but there's a guy changing into his wetsuit, so I'm just going to give him some privacy. I mean, he's got a towel, but you can get out a blank sheet of paper and just start writing down, what are the things that take away my peace? What is this peace? And then on a different column, what is this peace that Jesus is talking about? How can I stay in that peace? Not by trying to make yourself, but by understanding what it is and stepping into it and receiving, saying, yes, I receive your peace. I receive what you're giving me. Help me receive it. That's all we have to do. It's not a have to, it's a get to. Is we just say, I receive it. Yes, and help me. Help me wherever I don't know how to receive your wisdom. I don't know how to receive this much goodness, this much love, this much real love. God did not give us that spirit of timidity. That's not from God. That's fear. That's from somewhere else. God didn't give it to us. But it's so strange. It's like this paradox, because it's this boldness, but it's in humility. You're not pride. You're not trying to prove your worth to anybody. You just know your worth. And so it's like this meekness, like Jesus was completely meek, but he could turn over the tables and not do that out of anger. He's just like, my Father's house is meant to be this house of prayer, and you've turned it into a shopping mall. You've degraded this beautiful place where you can commune with God in worship and prayer and connecting to the divine, your divine nature, this sparkly self. But you're sitting here trying to rip people off and selling them doves for $5 when they're really worth 25 cents. Because you can, because they traveled far and they want to offer God a sacrifice, because they represented what Christ was going to be later, a true sacrifice. I'm just hearing that. Just come into this quiet. It's a quiet insight. It doesn't matter, because I had a baby. I had two. Well, I lost one to a miscarriage, but then I have two ones that are still here. God, thank you. Thank you for that blessing. And so there was this mindfulness guy that was talking about, you can always have peace. And I'm like, yeah, when one of your baby's screaming, the other one's running out the door, blah, blah, blah. It's like, how can you have this? Right, the guy's gone. And so we can look at the rain but I'm wrapping this up. And it's like, because this peace starts developing in you. And I made a video, if you look up the videos where it says, I meditated for 8 years. This is what I learned. Some of them are a little strange because I was just in that meditative state as I was teaching, but I'm not worried about that. You can have it. You can be in this peace. Jesus wouldn't have told us, I'm leaving my shalom with you, my wholeness. That means all healing, all There's nothing missing. There's just nothing missing. If you think of Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, therefore I lack nothing. That's what it's talking about, this shalom, this peace that he gives with us. So don't let your heart, if you notice your heart, now it's not about trying to perform. That's in the song, Hey Jude. You're looking for someone to perform with, right? It's not that. It's if you notice yourself getting hooked in and pulled out and go, oh, I was identifying with my bank account again. I was identifying with that guy not getting my worth, or that teacher not getting my worth and giving me a bad grade, or that person, that court case, that whatever it is for you, school, work, friendships, relationships, whatever it is, when you notice yourself that your peace is slipping away, slip sliding away, just come back, and you can just say, Jesus, I want to know your peace again. I want to live in your peace. And when you practice peace, Jesus said that in the blessed are the peacemakers. What shall they do? Well, I think they inherit the earth. I think we do. And I heard peacemakers means you learned how to stop being in your egotism. Stop letting your ego run your whole life. All right, start walking in love. And anyway, I hope you got something from this. I know you can, because I was just trying to put into words what was coming to me this morning and yesterday and my whole life building up to this. All right, much love.